Welcome again to this channel on Algebra, and we're going to look at using the distributive property to rewrite expressions today, and go ahead and rewrite some expressions using the distributive property. Let's go ahead and talk about the distributive property just for a minute. The distributive property, here's an example of it, says that if you want to distribute A to B plus C, you can do that. Basically, you're multiplying A times B, which will give you AB, plus you will also multiply A times C, or distribute A to C, to get A times C. So again, we're distributed is just basically to multiply each of these values in the parentheses and to distribute that A to both of those values, B and C. It doesn't have to be an addition, it can be a subtraction. You can distribute to A to B minus C and multiply A times B to get AB. You'll have your subtraction symbol. And then you multiply A times C to get AC. Here you're subtracting. Now, let's go ahead and look at some examples, but let me just reiterate one more time. To distribute A to this B plus C, we could do this with the actual concrete numbers. 6 can be distributed or multiplied by this 10 plus 3. So I'm going to go ahead and distribute the 6 to the 10. So 6 times 10 is 60. I'm going to distribute the 6 to the 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Then we can add the 60 plus 18 to get 78. So you kind of think about it as everyone in these parentheses is going to get a 6 or multiplied by the 6. Let's look at some examples. We're going to go ahead and distribute or multiply the 5 just to one number. So 5 times 10 gives you 50. Let's look at this example below. We're going to distribute the 2 to the 3 and 1/2. And remember, there's an and in there, which means plus. So I could separate these two, 3 and 1/2, and put a plus in between them. 3 plus 1/2, and rewrite it like that. Now I can go ahead and distribute the 2 to the 3. 2 times 3 is 6. We'll bring down our plus symbol, and we will distribute the 2 to the 1/2. So 2 times 1/2 is 2/2, which is 1. And then we can add the 6 plus 1 and get 7. So we've rewritten the expression by using distribution. We distribute a 2 to those values. Let's look at the next example that we see right here. 3 times 2 minus 3x. So we're going to distribute the 3 to these values inside the parentheses. 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times minus 3x is minus 9x. We're done. We multiplied the 3 times the first term, and we multiplied the 3 times the second term, and we got our new expression. Okay. Let's look at another example. We're going to distribute this 6 to the 2 plus 1/3 x, this value, so that means we'll multiply 6 times 2, and that will give us 12. We'll multiply 6 times 1/3, which is 6/3 x, and 6/3 will simplify to 2, so we end up with 12 plus 2x. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this next expression here. What we see right here, we're going to distribute the 3 to the 5x minus y in this parentheses. So that means we'll multiply 3 times 5x, and 3 times 5x is 15x. Then we'll multiply 3 times, and you can think of there as being a 1 inside of there. 3 times negative 1 will be negative 3, so 3 times negative 1y is negative 3y. So we end up with 15x minus 3y. Let's go ahead and look at our next example. What we see here is we're going to go ahead and distribute this x minus 7 to the y. So basically, when we multiply the x times the y, we'll get xy. And when we multiply the negative 7 times the y, we'll get negative 7y. So same thing is going on. You're just using distribution. Let's look at this example right here. This time we have 3 terms in the parentheses that we'll distribute this 2 to. We'll go ahead and multiply the 2 times each of these 3 terms to get our new expression. So 2 times 4a will give us 8a. And 2 times negative 2b will get give us negative 4b, and then 2 times c will give us 2 times c. So there we have a 3-term expression. We'll look at this last expression right here on the end. We'll go ahead and distribute 1/4 to the 12x minus 4y. So let's go ahead and do that. 1/4 times 12x will give us 12/4 x, and 1/4 times minus 4y will give us negative 4/4 y. We can simplify 4 over 4 is 1. You can put that in there, put that 1 in there if we wanted to. And then 12 divided by 4. 12 divided by 4 will give us 3, so we'll end up with 3x minus 1y. Thank you for subscribing to this channel if you have. If you haven't, please subscribe so as we go through this algebra concepts, you can get a better understanding. Thank you very much, and have a great day.